Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.
Hi babies, and welcome back to Kisses and Chaos. This is your host Lucy, and I'm so excited. It's just me today, solo episode. I'm really excited to talk to you guys and give you some new insight because so much has changed in my life. But I hope you guys all really enjoyed the episode with Danny Thorne. Please go check out if you haven't. She's honestly like the cutest angel ever, and I love her, and I think like the episode is just hilarious and also just like gives you some insight into her life because she has had such a chaotic one. So yeah, don't forget to check that out. And yeah, I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. Yay, Kisses and Chaos baby solo episode. I missed you guys, and I hope you missed me too. I have my self tanner on, so don't look too intensely at my skin. Hopefully it doesn't look terrifying. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about jealousy because, you know, your girl has been going through it. I've gone through a lot in the last 2 years that I have kind of briefly shared on the pod. I'm going to definitely give you guys more insight on today. And sometimes, you know, when you're having struggles in your personal life or your career life, it can just really make you start losing confidence. So what do? You go and you scroll on Instagram and you go and you see this girl is in Ibiza, or you see this girl and she's playing Tomorrowland, or you see this person, they just bought their dream house, got married, whatever. And you're like, I'm just here, 27-year-old crashing out in my parents' basement. Like, what the fuck is my life right now? I'm not fucking married. I am not where I thought I was going to be in my career. I'm not here. I'm not there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go and I'm going to like compare myself to this random bitch I don't even fucking know. And it will make you feel terrible about yourself. I know we've already talked about like comparison and stuff, but I really felt like today, like we haven't done just an episode about jealousy. And your girl, you know, has been seeing some things because I have definitely have felt a little more jealous lately than I usually do. And yeah, it's like an emotion that no one wants to admit that they're feeling, but like, I don't care. I'll admit it. I've definitely been jealous. I feel jealous like every other day sometimes if I'm in that like rut of like comparing myself and shit. So today we're gonna be talking all about it, breaking down the psychology, how to not fucking compare yourself, and my personal story and why like even me, who I am a confident baddie, I do think so myself. I do think I'm a baddie, and I'm very proud of where I am in my career and everything. But even somebody that you can feel like that is on the top can also feel this way. So first off, by the way, if you're wondering what's happening in my love life, stay till the end because that's when I'm going to do it and talk about it. But for now, bitch. So for the past couple years, I had this agent who really fucking was amazing at one point. He's still a great agent. He just doesn't do electronic music anymore. So he started doing like more you know, country, and he got this really big time country singer who like blew up or whatever. And then when that happened, he started kind of not taking my project seriously anymore. He was making millions off of this, guys. He doesn't care about like the thousands he would make off of me a year. He's making millions. He really doesn't give a shit. So I think he just started like kind of isolating the EDM world, like unsubconsciously. Like he just didn't realize like he wasn't giving his electronic artists like enough love. And he honestly, like I told my managers at the time, I was like, I don't think he's in it anymore. I think he got this big country artist and now he's just making millions off him. I knew this, but the whole time he was like, no, like, you know, it's just because you switched to pop and you have to like rebuild and everything, which is true. But he then finally a year later was like, you know, yeah, she is right. I'm not like involved with like the EDM promoters anymore. I'm not really in the scene anymore. I think she'd be better going somewhere else. So that took 2 goddamn years. And it sucked because I was with him for 4 years, you know, like he started my career. And I think like once you feel like you have a good team, like everything was falling apart. I just left my fucking management. I actually didn't go with a manager that I wanted to go with because of my booking agent. And then my booking agent just like fucking, you know, ditched me basically for this country artist and shit. And it was just like honestly a fucking mess, and it was really hard. And I like honestly like blamed myself because like that's kind of what was being told to me was because like I did like the detour into pop, so I was like having to rebuild in the EDM world, which is true, but also it came to a point where like promoters were actually like reaching out for me to be on festivals and their emails weren't even being answered. So that really sucked because I kind of just saw all these people like start surpassing me, and all of these people start getting on like all these big festivals and stuff that I was usually on. Like my festival circuits are usually packed. And I've heard horror stories. Like one of my really good friends in the industry who's killing it now. I'm so proud of her. And her situation is very similar to mine. They basically just stopped doing shit for her, and then she was like signed into this deal. My agent was super nice. He would have let me leave at any time. It was just more of the fact that I was like still holding on hope that he would like, because he was telling me that he wanted to work on the project more and stuff, but it just never really happened. So I should have left a while ago. But with hers, like they kind of held her in her contract, and then she finally got off, and now she's signed and she's like on all these festivals finally and stuff. And this happens to artists. It just does. It's just like the name of the fucking game, but you just never think it's gonna happen to you until it does. I'm gonna try not to cry about it because I'm grateful. I really am, and I don't want to like fucking look like I'm not. A lot of festivals for winter and fall were announced today, and I cried a bunch because it's hard. It's hard to feel like you've been like working for something for so long, like me, like 7 years, and for it to just not go the way you thought it was going to go. And I know I'm grateful for what has happened for my fans, and like for the fact that like I'm selling out headline shows. And I just got a new agent, so clap for that. We're very excited about them. But it was really hard these last 2 years. That's why I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Europe. I spent all my money in Europe because I was like, fuck this, dude. Like, I'm over it. I'm gonna go to Europe and I'm gonna have a good fucking time. And yeah, and because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna have no festivals this summer and watch everybody play festivals. Like, so I fucking left and went to Europe and fucking shut off my phone. Like, that was one of the best things I've ever done. But yeah, like what I was saying, like that agent that called me has been. So like obviously, like when I'm like seeing all these festivals and like obviously like my name's not on them, like obviously people are gonna start thinking like, yo, where is she going? So I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassing. Like they're all laughing at me. That's how I feel. That's actually what I said today to my friend that I was crying to. I was like, I just feel like people like laugh at me. She goes, bitch, people are fucking wanting to be you. Like, come on now. Like, you got to get it together. But it's hard when you're stuck in that rut of like, you've been working for something for so long and then it's just not. It just seems like it's like fucking slapping you in the face every other day. So, and that's how it's felt getting fucked over these last couple festival seasons with my agent. It wasn't like the festivals or any of the promoters or anything. And my agent is a great guy and whatever. I think that he just like, he got such a big client in a different space and just kind of left. I just wish you would have told me a little bit earlier, but that's fine. The algorithm is always feeding you other people's highlights and they're always giving you the best thing. Like if you go on my page, you're like, fuck, she's playing shows and she's traveling, she's doing all this, but like you guys don't understand how depressed and how many times I've wanted to die over my career in general and this situation. And I know that sounds dramatic, but when you love something so much and you've put in it so much work, it can destroy you. Like you guys have known, like obviously trigger warning, but you guys have known that I have attempted before, and it has always been solely based off my career. And that is crazy to think of, but that shit can destroy you. Comparison can destroy you. Putting so much into something and that only being what like you think of as your like worth, like I only thought that I was worthy if Lucy was doing good, and that's a whole other episode, but that's no good. Like your work, you have to separate your work and your passions from your actual identity. That's a whole other episode, but that's a good one for another time. But when you're feeling insecure, every scroll is going to be like a gut punch because you're seeing all these fucking highlights of everybody's amazing life while you feel like shit. And you're like, the fuck? I don't want to do this. I don't want to. You're like, my life sucks, but you guys don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You really don't. Like when I was playing at EDC Vegas, I was really fucking depressed. And that was like one of my best years of my career. And I was the most depressed that year. I was actually like really like in and out of like treatments and stuff to try to figure out what was wrong with my brain because I was just so depressed all the time. So you just really don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So we've talked about this, but we define our worth off of the comparison of how others are doing, which is fucking nuts. And I know we've talked about that before. If you're a DJ, you're not going to be like comparing yourself to Beyonce or Taylor Swift. You're going to be comparing yourself to people that started at the same time as you, or friends, or somebody that started after you and who was smaller than you on lineups and then now they're massive. Like you're going to be comparing yourself to that and something more in your category. And you know, when you see somebody excelling faster than you, especially if they started like after you, it's an ego punch. It is hard to watch and it is hard not to get fucking pissed and start comparing yourself and start looking inward and being like, well, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? It's really tricky to navigate. And I think like when you're in, you know, I know it can like apply to so many things. Like if someone gets a promotion over you and they started after you, like that fucking sucks. And psychologists say we do not compare down, we compare up to people that are slightly ahead of us. It's that 10% difference that makes you feel 90% behind. And it's not even about hating the person. And I know we have all hated somebody that we were literally just jealous over. There was this girl that made me very deeply insecure when like it was like a couple years ago. And I've now healed that wound or whatever. She just really reminded me of my 21-year-old self, you know, like the Lucy the alien. And when I kind of started not being Lucy the alien again, because I was like growing up and like becoming somebody else, you know, I got so much hate for that. So when I saw me and her and then I saw her excel, like it was hard not to like have this like internal hatred towards her. But it was more towards myself and stuff. But you know, like I've said before, every time you're jealous over somebody, it's because you want something that they have. Like anytime I've ever been jealous, because I'm like, oh, I want something they have. I want their success. I want what they've done. I want this. So I think when you start to realize that and you start realizing, hey, like it's not the person, like you can't be like, I fucking hate this bitch when she's done nothing to you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that think that about me because I've heard about it. But it's all about wanting what they have. But because society tells us that jealousy is ugly, we should be ashamed of it. But the emotion of jealousy is very fucking normal. It's normal. It's normal. And as long as we're not fucking sending hateful energy or spreading rumors or doing anything hateful to the person, like feel jealousy, and then literally be like, okay, so why am I jealous over them? Oh, it's because I want what like she sells this out. Oh, they got this promotion. Oh, she got this song went viral. And then you can kind of dissect what the fuck they do and kind of make it your own. You can honestly just kind of start thinking like, oh, maybe this is going to be like my inspiration instead of, oh, I fucking hate that bitch just because she, you know, went viral or something. And I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of jealousy. I think honestly, if you can just make that into more of like passion, if you're just like, oh, well, I'm just like really fucking passionate about what I want in life, it's nothing to be ashamed over, because jealousy often reflects our unmet desires. It shows us what we want, but we haven't had able to access yet. And that fucking sucks. You know, like that's what I said. Like, you know, when you're jealous because you want something they have, it's a mirror. It's like literally like your future self being like, bitch, why don't you have this yet? You know, like work harder. But then you also have like the other side of your brain that's like, I hate that fucking bitch. And you just gotta be like, shut up, both of you. I know why I want this and I'm gonna have it. But my story is my story and their story is their story. We're on a different timeline. We're on completely different timelines. And that's that. And social media is literally designed to keep you comparing yourself. The dopamine hits, the endless cycles of TikToks and Reels, the false sense of proximity, it literally messes with your nervous system. Think of it like this. You're baking a cake. You've been preheating the oven, mixing the ingredients, doing everything right. And then someone else walks in, throws together a box mix, and their cake is done in 20 minutes. But what you don't see is that their oven was already hot, their ingredients were prepped, or maybe they're just baking a whole other recipe entirely. Comparison is like looking at somebody's finished cake and judging your raw batter. Your success isn't late, it's just cooking. It's rising. It's in the oven, baby. Now let's talk about how do we actually get out of this motherfucking spiral and stop comparing ourselves to everybody like me right now. It's really hard, guys. It's really hard. You need to feel all your feelings without judging yourself. Jealousy is a signal, not a sin. Name it, don't shame it, because you're not a bad person just because you're jealous. You're a human with dreams, and it's just showing you what you do want in life. And ask yourself, like, what is going on behind the scenes? In my case, I was in denial about my agent because I really wanted to keep somebody from my original team together since I just left my manager, and I kind of went with what my booking agent was saying to go to, and then I got with these terrible managers and whatever. But I was really trying to hold together a sinking ship. The problem wasn't necessarily me, even though I think going to Pop was like a little bit of a detour, but still at the end of the day, at least they could have answered some emails, so we could have gone to some festivals. But anyways, my system was broken. Maybe zoom out and find the bigger picture and see why things aren't aligning in the way you want to align to. Like, think about, okay, that girl is in Ibiza and she's a travel influencer. And if that's what you really want to do, baby, zoom out and look at what's going on. Is your content high quality? Are you posting all the time? Are you making time for it? Like, you got to look at the bigger picture than just being in denial and being upset and spewing all this hateful, negative energy just because you simply want what they have. Dexter's not jealous of anybody, huh? No, he's not. No, he's not. He's a bad. You guys can't see my dog is in frame right now. To be a dog and to never experience, well, I guess dogs do experience jealousy, but he's an only kid, so. You an only child? Are you an only child? Okay. Let's get back to it. Okay, guys, big one. Mute, curate, and protect your fucking peace, okay? Create a social media space that feels good. It's okay to mute people you love, okay? You know, I have almost every DJ fucking muted, and I am a big supporter of everybody. Sometimes I'll go and try to, especially the girls, I'll go on their page, once every couple months, and I'll comment something, because sometimes I do feel bad because I want to support as much as possible, but I also I have to protect my peace at some point, you know? But it's okay to mute people you love. I know a lot of DJs that also have muted a lot of DJs just to protect their peace, especially when you are feeling so many insecurities and jealousy. I think it's a good way, and I don't think there's any harm in it, because protecting your peace is more important than anything. Because if your feed makes you feel like shit, then honey, it's time to get a different algorithm. My algorithm on TikTok is literally funny videos and dogs, and it's amazing. And Halloween. Don't forget Halloween. Oh my god, so much Halloween stuff. If my feed looks like Halloween, mama's happy, okay? And some lesbians, I would lie if I didn't say there was some lesbian thirst traps mixed in there. But I love it, and it makes me happy. So change the algorithm, log the hell out. It's a lot better than seeing a bunch of shit that's gonna trigger you all the time. There's no way in hell I'm having a bunch of girls traveling all the time on my fucking Instagram. No, I'm okay. No. Turn the jealousy into clarity. Jealousy equals desire with directions. Ask, what does this tell me that I want? Is it respect? Is it freedom? Is it bookings? Is it festivals? Start building towards it. Like I said earlier, jealousy is literally just a fucking little thing inside of you that's I want that. So start building towards it, because it's obviously just a signal that that's something you want in your life. Guys, do affirmations, do beauty affirmations, glamour magic it the fuck up. Wizard Liz has these really good ones on Spotify and on YouTube that are Wizard Liz beauty manifestations. You guys need to self-love the fuck out of yourself, because if you love yourself at the end of the day, even if you're jealous, you're still going to feel a sense of confidence and a sense of peace, because you know everything's going to be okay. Because guys, no matter what, everything's going to be okay. Literally, I didn't even think I was going to be alive a couple years ago, and I'm really happy I did, because I wouldn't have played Red Rocks, and I wouldn't have met some of my best friends in the world and played Forest and fucking, went to Salem for Halloween 3 times. There's just so many things I wouldn't have done. I'm very grateful. So I think you guys just, when you're feeling a lot of jealousy and comparison, you need to step up the self-love. Say it with me. I'm not behind. I'm just on a different chapter, and I have no need to compare myself to anybody else's book. Period. I came up with that myself. Say that shit every day. Fucking go on gratitude. It's like this really amazing app. I talk about it all the time. They have like affirmations on there by categories. They have one about comparison. That one's really good. It has a bunch of those. And look at yourself in the mirror and say that. You will literally rewire your brain. Because even though I've been feeling like a sense of jealousy, I know exactly where it's coming from. It's coming from the fact that like I didn't have a really good agent for the past few years. So we missed festival circuit twice. A lot of festivals are announcing and it makes me sad. And that's okay. Just say that shit to yourself every single day. Tattoo it, write it, affirm it. Like, do what you guys gotta do. Because the truth is, some flowers bloom in spring, others in late summer. You're not late, you're right on time. That's why you can't compare yourself to this other flower. Because, bitch, that's not you. You're a fucking tulip. Or a rose. I'm a rose. Like, we're not fucking lilies. Everybody is going to be different. Nobody is the same. Nobody's lifetime and timeline is the same. And that's why it gets really dangerous when comparison starts coming into play. But at the end of the day, we're humans and we're going to compare. It's just like the way of life. There's no, you're not like a bad person or insecure just because you're comparing yourself. It's just fucking normal. It's the way our brain is wired. And that's why you just have to like do these steps and like realize at the end of the day, like, hey, like that's not me. That's not my life. Yeah, I want what they have and I'm going to work towards that. And I'm going to mute them and like just make a vision board instead, bitch. Because trust me, it's a lot better than comparing yourself. So if you're listening to this and you felt overlooked, behind, irrelevant, or just straight up jealous, you're not alone. Even me, baby. Even me. I deal with this shit all the time. I've been there. I still go there. I literally was there today because I just feel so like defeated sometimes. And so like envious of other people's journeys because I feel like they were easier than mine. I know now to hold those feelings with softness instead of anger. And I'm going to let those feelings guide me instead of destroy me, because jealousy doesn't make you bitter. Ignoring it does, and pushing it down and pretending that you're not jealous will make you more bitter. It will make you a meaner person, and you'll probably end up like hating somebody that you literally don't even know just because you simply want what they have. And that's really not that fair. Oh my God, guys, are my hands orange? I don't know. Oof. You can have more without resenting what you already have. That's why I always like, even today, I was crying, but then I was like, universe, I'm so fucking grateful though. Thank you for my new agents. Thank you for giving me a platform and my fans, and for, you know, having these headline shows that have been doing so good. Like I always match, like if I am having one of those moments and like spiraling and like feeling jealous or sad, like I just remember at the end to express gratitude. I think it helps the energy around me. And I also think internally, I just feel like it reminds me that there is a lot of good here and that I am doing good even if I don't feel like it all the time. You can cheer for people that you are jealous over while still rooting for you. You can trust that what's meant for you will be for you at the right time and the right place at the right moment. It's all coming to you. You just got to believe it and work hard for it, and it's going to be yours. You just have to kind of let go of that timeline. Give yourself grace, mute them, block them if you don't even know them. Like if this influencer is making you feel like shit, bitch, like she's not going to notice, who cares? Like fuck her, like block her, you know? But remember that the algorithm and success do not determine your worth. The industry does not get the final say, you do. All right, babies, that was my little chaotic heart to heart about jealousy. I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like I could go even more into this, but maybe for like another episode. I wanted like more of a short and sweet one today, just since it's like my first one back, you know, and I missed you guys. But if this resonated with you, DM me, scream into a pillow, and voice memo me it. Don't forget to rate the pod and like and subscribe. And if you're in your why is it not me era, just know that your moment is coming sooner than you think. I love you guys all so much. A little update on my life. Me and maybe Mrs. Wright are taking things very, very slow. I think my avoidant attachment got really, really triggered just with how fast we have been going. And yeah, we're just taking it slower. And I feel good about that. And I've just kind of been almost like detaching from a lot of things. Like, I don't know if I'm dissociating or not, but I'm just trying to detach as much as possible from everything because I've been feeling very overwhelmed. So I think trying to take on a whole new relationship so quickly was just like a little too intense for me. And that's okay. And she's very patient, understanding. And I love that about her. And yeah, we're just figuring out. But there is a lot of chaos that I haven't told you about, but that is going to be saved for a later day. But I promise I'll tell you guys soon. I love you all so much. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Baby, I'm a gangster.